Hey there, podcasters. Welcome to our first ever podcast where we're diving deep into the world of GMOs and their impact on food security. I'm Tamara, your host, and today we have two experts joining us, Josh and Gio. Let's kick off things with a question for Josh. Josh, can you give us a quick rundown of what GMOs are and why they're such a big deal in ensuring food security?
Hey Tamara, and everyone tuning in. GMOs, or genetically modified organisms, are organisms whose genetic material has been altered using genetic engineering techniques. This can involve inserting genes from one species to another or modifying existing genes to enhance certain traits. GMOs are crucial for food security because they can help increase crop yields, improve crop resilience to pests and diseases, and even enhance nutritional content, all of which are essential for meeting the food needs of a growing global population.
Oh, wow, that's super interesting. Well, we all know that GMOs have made a positive impact on our food security, and that's super interesting, Josh. And so now, Gio, can you share some real world of examples of how GMOs have made a positive impact on food security? Because, as GMO, we all know that it has already made a positive impact, but can you give us some instances of how really it made like a positive impact?
Absolutely, Tamara. GMOs, especially in the Philippines, since we're a country that's focused on its agriculture due to our mountains and our flatlands, and just a part of our culture, we were always known as farmers. And GMOs now have been instrumental in boosting crop yields and addressing food shortages in various ways. For instance, genetically modified crops like BT cotton and BT corn have built in resistance to pests. So, reducing the need for chemical pesticides, which is good for the consumers and the farmers that grow it. So, um, this built in resistance is really beneficial for the people that use the product and the people that grow the product. So, it and it also minimizes crop losses. So that's also very good for the people that grow it. So it's less cost, and the people that buy it will buy it for a lesser price since um the yield of each farmer that grows it uh cuts down the cost where the farmers can sell it at a decent price. So this GMO not only increases yields but also makes farming more sustainable by again reducing environmental impact. And additionally, GMOs like golden rice is enriched with beta carotene, which addresses nutritional deficiencies in regions where vitamin A deficiency is prevalent, improving food security and public health. That's it, Tamara.
Oh, that examples are fascinating. It's not really usual that we talk about GMOs, especially in a podcast. So that's really interesting of how like you managed to give us examples. So now let's dive into some specific aspects of GMOs and food security. Josh, can you explain how GMOs contribute to sustainable agriculture and environmental conservation, by the way?
Sure thing. As Gio said, GMOs they have built-in pest resistance, which reduce the need for chemical pesticides and minimizing crop losses. This allows for this, and as we know, some pesticides are actually harmful to the environment, especially because the propellant used in such pesticides which are similar to in hairspray. So that kind of that kind of erodes away the greenhouse layer and it's also harmful to ecosystems. So, by minimizing pesticide use, GMOs contribute to cleaner water, soil, and air. Additionally, GMOs designed for drought tolerance or nutrient efficiency can help conserve resources like water and fertilizer, promoting efficient and eco-friendly farming methods.
Oh wow, okay. Thank you, Josh. That's a crucial point. So now that um we've talked about the specific aspects of GMOs and food security, let's now dive into something juicy: public perceptions and all those rumors flying around about GMOs and food security. So Gio, what are some of the wild myths or misunderstanding have about GMOs?
Well, for me, the first thing I thought when GMOs came to mind was that because since it was built in a lab with specific uh chemicals and techniques to grow that crop with GMOs, that kind of gave me the idea that it's not good for the health. Uh it's it's scary to eat or to use because it was built in a lab. So this is one of the several myths surrounding GMOs that can create a misconception about their safety and benefits. So one common myth is that GMOs are inherently unsafe again to eat, or that they have unknown long-term effects on human health. However, extensive scientific research and regulatory evaluations have consistently demonstrated the safety of approved GMOs for consumption. Another misconception is that GMOs are solely driven by profit motives and corporate interests, overlooking their potential contributions to food security, sustainability, and public health.
Thank you for clearing that up, Gio. So now at least we know some common myths about GMOs. So now, um, let's zoom ahead to the future of GMOs and how they're gonna tackle those big food security challenges down the road. Josh, can you spill the beans? What cool advancements or developments in GMO tech do you think will be game changers for food security? What's got you excited about the future GMOs?
The future of GMOs holds exciting possibilities for further enhancing food security and sustainability. Advances in gene editing technologies such as CRISPR/Cas9 offer precise and efficient methods for modifying crop genomes. What CRISPR essentially is that it's a genome, it's a set of instructions within the microbiology of an organism that tells it to do certain things. So how CRISPR works is that scientists have found a way to hijack CRISPR and give it a different set of instructions. So it allows for example, if you program into CRISPR, like you can tell it to make the organism grow stronger. You can isolate the gene for flavor or pest resistance, and you can kind of up that. So it allows for targeted improvements in traits like disease resistance, yield potential, and nutritional value. Additionally, ongoing research focuses on developing GMOs that can thrive in challenging environmental conditions, such as saline soils or extreme climates. These innovations have the potential to revolutionize agriculture and ensure a resilient, food secure future.
That are incredible insights, Josh. So now, let's wrap up by delving into the critical role of education and communication in shaping public understanding and acceptance of GMOs for food security. How can we effectively educate and inform people about the numerous benefits and safety of GMOs? Like, what are the strategies that can be employed to bridge the gap between scientific knowledge and the public perception regarding the GMOs and their contributions to sustainable agriculture and food security. Gia, do you have any idea how can we wrap this?
All right. So to close this podcast, Um, lastly, I want to say education and transparent communication are key to fostering informed discussions about GMOs and their role in food security. It's essential to provide accessible and scientifically accurate information about GMOs, addressing common misconceptions and then highlighting their stakeholders. Highlighting their potential benefits for farmers, consumers, and the environment. Engaging with the diverse stakeholders, including policymakers, scientists, farmers, and consumers, who facilitate constructive dialogue and decision making regarding GMO regulations and adoption. Thank you, Tamara, for hosting our podcast. Thank you, Josh, for joining us. And thank you for
Thank you for having me.
Yeah.
feedback.
Thank you, Gia and Josh, for sharing your insights on GMOs and food security. It's been enlightening and interactive discussion, highlighting the importance of innovation, sustainability, and collaboration in ensuring a food secure future for all. So that's it for our
Thank you.
podcast. Thank you for listening.
Thank you.
Has been so great.